easy off. And there's not a big gap between the deep mid-wicket and the long on, but he somehow managed to find it, Babar. 41 off 27 now, he's really caught up. And now he just plinks the ball to the onside. He's set off really quickly for the first. Won't get the second this time. That's better fielding by Milind Kumar running in from long on. End of an over that's cost 11 runs, 133 for 2. 6 overs remain. Babar 42, Farhan 68. We're going to have a drinks break. So yeah, I mean, we've got your cricket covered, and the Ashes was great, fantastic. But I realise that for listeners, it's quite tough that time of day sometimes to be listening to all of it. Now, 5:15 in the morning would be too early for me as a general rule, but I'm unusually lazy. So a lot of you, if you were so minded, you know, you might get to work at about 8. You could be listening to us as you have your breakfast. You could be listening on your way to work these days.
Remind me of that first game. South Africa, Afghanistan.
That's well done. I mean, that could be a belter.
That's
actually a great way to start your day.
That's actually a reason to get up.
It is. It is. I mean, if it was me, I might wait till 6. Although I might not actually. I might set the alarm and then just doze with whoever's on tomorrow. Might be Kevin. You know, just getting me into the day.
Nothing like a bit of Kevin to wake you up in the morning.
Exactly. And then you've got us at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's
local time.
Australia making their first appearance of this tournament against Ireland, who could really do with a win. They were great the other day.
Oh, what a game.
And then it's Henry Moran and the team with Stephen Finn and Prakash Wakankar for England against the West Indies.
Which could be a rip snorter. With the way Nepal got as close as they did to England the other day.
We've got to get out of here fast tomorrow to get back to watch that, because they're butting up against each other.
Are they? Okay. Well,
yeah. So
well, hopefully
we could really
our
do
game's
with
done
Ireland
quickly.
Yeah, I think Ireland could thrash Australia and get that done nice and early.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Then we could get back to the ranch and, you know, have a bit of
freedom.
Yeah, have a bit of and just watch it on the big screen, because we've got there's a little bar at our place which has got a lovely big screen. It's very convivial.
There's also one across the water, like a fan park.
Oh
thing.
yeah, it's a fan park, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so that is also not a bad place to watch it from.
Yeah, we could get dropped off there.
I went across the way to their swimming pool today, because they've got about 4 swimming pools in the hotel. So I thought I'd go to check it out, and I was able to watch a bit of the cricket from the swimming pool.
Oh,
yeah, that was
stupid.
dreamy.
That's stupidly perfect.
I know.
It?
And then I thought, I best go to work.
Oh, there is, yeah.
I was living the dream.
Is that your perfect life? Do you think? I think that might be my perfect life.
Sun lounger. I like the sun loungers in the water. Do you know you sometimes get those ones? One of those with the cricket on a big screen.
With the cricket,
yeah, that is yes. Every day of the week, yes.
All your troubles melt away, don't they?
As long as there's cricket in my life and it's warm.
And there is quite a lot of cricket in your life, let's be honest.
Correct. I was actually a bit stressed before, because I haven't filled in my notes from the previous 2 games today. And I was like, what am I going to do? Turns out I'm all right.
Well, you've had 39 days in India, 55 days in Australia, and about 32 days in here. Between the 26th of September and the 8th of March. So you get quite a lot of cricket. Oh, now then, that's just gone past the outside edge from Mohsin, who starts a new over. His first 3 have gone for 23. Sort of bustly spin is what he's bowling. Got a touch of turn there, actually, and very much surprised Babar, who, I'm going to say it beat his bat. I'm not sure he really ended up playing it. He was so bamboozled as, you know, nudges a ball back along the ground to a diving Mohsin. First 2 balls after drinks have not brought a run yet.
Yeah, that first ball is the first one that he's spun today. Just a little bit slower through the air.
In he comes once again, tossed up and swept in the air down to deep backward square, or long leg actually, for 4. Taken on the full, just over-flighted. And Babar has got hold of that and moves to within just 1 boundary of his half-century, 137 for 2.
Yeah, it's not a good delivery from Mohsin, unfortunately. Good 2 first balls, and it's been the story of the day so far for USA, is some brilliant deliveries and then some pies in amongst it.
Short. Now then, this could be in trouble as it fielder runs in and takes the catch. does take the catch, very low down at long on, running in, short, mishit by Babar really. It's in the air quite a while, but it then did dip because he'd got so little on it. Fielder had to run in there, Milind Kumar, to get that. And he's dived forward and taken it inch or two off the ground. And Pakistan have lost their third wicket. That partnership is ended at 81. Good work from Milind. We've seen some fairly ropey fielding from the USA today, mostly ground fielding, and one missed opportunity by the skipper Monank Patel, but that was well taken. Pakistan 137 for 3.
It was one of those, Dan, where I thought they were going to have to go upstairs and check it at first, because it just dipped on him ever so slightly, didn't it, Milind in the deep at long on, but nah, on the replay it went straight into his buckets and a pretty decent catch, and one of those where I was like, please don't pull out and refuse to catch it like we saw down here just a few overs ago. So no, it was a good catch.
So that brings Nawaz to the crease, not Atif, Mohammed. I'd be half tempted to put Fahim Ashraf in after he hit 20
Thought you were
odd
going to
in
say
the
Atif.
Well, I've seen Atif, but he's too cultured for T20.
Yeah, too proper.
Yeah, he plays beautiful shots, but they're not really appropriate for this form of cricket. No, I think he's more 50 over specialist.
We've got a slip in play.
We have. What do you make of that?
Rogue, silly, unnecessary.
Say what you think, Alex, will you? As forward in defence comes Mohammed Nawaz, and it's fielded at short extra cover. There's no runs. Yes, I can't bear it when commentators sit on the fence.
It'd be hilarious if this gets caught at slip, though.
It would rather, yeah. Yeah, we will remind you of it. He's dropped by the keeper, I think. That was a very, very sharp chance. Wide of the off stump, onto his goose. It would have been a great catch if he got it, because there's a big chunk of that, I think, from Nawaz, but it's bounced out of the keeper's gloves. He tried to get it on the rebound. We'll just see this replay. And yeah, I mean, what do you think? You described that, Al. He's got away with it. 137 for 3, but a wicket in the over. 5 overs to go. What if Nawaz is going to come to take you through to the end of the innings?
Well, he sort of has got away with that, has Nawaz, but it was short, it was wide, it was outside the off stump. It was there for him to throw his hands through the ball. It just stayed slightly lower, and a thick outside edge. There's absolutely nothing the wicketkeeper could have done, and they either stick or they don't. But he has been put down, so Nawaz has a life.
Yeah, he does, and so do I. 137 for 3 after 15 overs.
A life or a wife?
I've got one of them as well. Here's Harmeet Singh in for his final over, and Farhan has gone after him, straight down the ground, 1 bounce 4. Saibzada Farhan is continuing his acceleration. He might have lost his partner, but he's not slowing down. He's on to 72 of 38 balls. Pakistan 141 for 3 after 15.1. What a shot.
He's got a huge opportunity to bring up the first century of this T20 World Cup here. As Farhan beautifully slapped down the ground. What can Harmeet do here?
Oh, stumping opportunity. Well, he whipped the bills off anyway. I think the batter's foot was firmly grounded behind the crease, but just a little bit of air given there by Harmeet. He got a little bit predictable in his last over when Babar Azam sort of took him apart, but other than that, I think he bowled reasonably tidily today, more tidy than his figures suggest. It's just the nature of the game. You bowl 1 bad over and your figures take a pounding. 0 for 37 with 4 balls to go. Harmeet didn't. This is short and wide, and pulled on the bounce down the ground by Saibzada Farhan, a single to long off. Quite right, it's a very good opportunity for Saibzada Farhan to bring up what would be his first T20 International 100. His best score is 80 not out. He got a lot of half centuries for Pakistan last year. He's on one here, obviously, but this is a chance to add a digit to the other column for the first time in his career.
I wonder if he's feeling it, if he's feeling the nerves or not. Interesting here, Harmeet's going to change the angle of approach to the left-hander. I think it's the right thing for him to do. But he doesn't want to be going short and wide outside the off-stump, because that deep cover is pretty straight out there.
In comes Harmeet to Nawaz, who's played that shot across the line down towards mid-wicket. Looking for 2, but they'll settle just for 1. Decent throw from the deep.
I think they can run on that arm, though.
Yeah.
I think there's another one.
It's Mohammed Mohsin out there, who I think they might have registered his arm now. put that one away in the bank. If Pakistan continue at this rate, they will go at 103. Is that 183 is where they'll end up. They go at 11s, 191. 13s, 199.
Oh, there is a big difference, right? It sounds like in your head if you're chasing 200 or 199.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's a psychological thing.
Yeah. It's only one run.
Barrier. Big barrier. Here's Hamid outside off stump. This has gone up in the air. A chance for a catch at long off. And the catch is taken. Well, Saibzada Farhan won't be getting to a ton. He's played a terrific knot. It's Harmeet Singh, who at least for the moment can breathe easy. He's picked up a wicket. It's been expensive today, but he's picked up a wicket. And a very good catch by Sanjay Krishnamurthy there down at long on to ensure his dismissal. He had a woeful expression on his face as well when he hit the ball. He knew this isn't where I wanted it. And USA picking up a wicket perhaps at an opportune time here, just taking a little bit of momentum out of this Pakistan innings. 143 for 4, 15.5 overs gone.
Yeah, decent catch as well from Sanjay. He was running around to his right, but almost ran a little bit too far. So I ended up catching it in his chest, but he had 4 or 5 metres between him and the boundary rope, so he had time to settle himself. And that was the wicket that the United States of America needed and wanted, but a fantastic innings from Farhan. 73 runs on the board, really set the tone for Pakistan.
Yeah, certainly has. That's Shadab Khan, another player who had a terrific run in the Big Bash this winter. Forced his way back into that Pakistan side, put in some good performances against Australia in the 3-match T20 series and the series against Sri Lanka that preceded that as well. So found himself back in the Pakistan side. Yeah, probably be required to bowl a few overs later on as well, although Pakistan have many spinners at their disposal today. As many as 5-6 spin bowlers. They could get through their 20 without bowling them all for 4 overs. Here's Harmeet in. And Shadab lofts that ball just over the infield, out towards the deep extra cover boundary. Long off will get round. It's Sanjay Krishnamurthy again, fresh off taking a terrific catch. Cuts off the boundary. Batters get back for a brace. It's an expensive over from Harmeet again. Went for 8, but he did pick up that wicket of Saibzada Farhan. He finishes his work for the day. 4 overs, 1 for 41. Pakistan 145 for 4 after 16 overs. As we prepare for what Pakistan will be hoping will be a flourish still to come. Usman Tariq, the mystery off spinner, and Fahim Ashraf, who provided some real fireworks in that first match against the Netherlands. They came so close, the Dutch. They were basically just a Fahim Ashraf away from winning that match. Max O'Dowd.
Have you seen how much abuse he's had on social media?
Max O'Dowd. From whom?
It's been ridiculous. Cricket fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's uncalled for, of course. It was a big moment in the game. Being critical is one thing. Abuse is completely unacceptable. It's a sport. To treat everybody who plays it with respect. Now then, Saurabh Netravalkar is back in. 2 overs to bowl. And he comes to Mohammad Nawaz. It's wide outside the off stump. Might be signalled a wide. It is by the umpire. It's a long way outside those guidelines. Netravalkar hoping for a better return. Oh, that's not going to help. It's a no ball. So that's a free hit for Mohammad Nawaz. A good chance for him to just get into this innings. It's already been a tough tournament for Saurabh Netravalkar. Went for his most expensive figures, I believe the most expensive figures in the history of the T20 World Cup in the match against India.
Yeah, he was expensive, wasn't he? Good bowler as well, but it's been expensive again today, going 10 and over.
It was north of 65 in that match against India. And he comes, free hit, is caught behind, doesn't matter because it's a free hit. But little outside edge on that one, big swing from Nawaz.
Did you momentarily forget?
No.
You just had excitement.
Yeah, this was a nice moment for Saurabh. He hasn't had many of them. So.
I once played a full international against India and celebrated a free hit wicket, and the ground was completely silent, and I and ran in and against India. It was really the most embarrassing moment of my life, actually.
We've all got one of them. Here's Netravalkar into Nawaz, wide again. Nawaz slaps that out to deep extra cover, pick up a single. So I think we've assessed at this point, Netravalkar is going to try and hide the ball as much as he can near those wide lines, going full and wide. That's what he's looking for. It's not a bad game plan at all. I'll be annoyed actually. Got the outside edge off the free hit. Could have happened any other delivery, but
a thicker outside edge you'd have taken because it would have gone for 4.
yeah. Well, Shadab.
Your face. I can't not.
I thought I was going to get distracted by Tonkin Blaze. Tonkin Blaze, the mascots of this World Cup, floating around the stands. Here's Netravalkar in again. Big appeal for LBW. Looked pretty straight. Umpire says no. Maybe a little inside edge on that. Monarch Patel, the captain of the USA, is coming in for a chat, and he's gone for the review. So USA want to have a look at this. It did look quite straight. It looked like it pitched in line and straightened, and caught Shadab just a little bit off guard.
So play review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Look at a split screen.
Well,
Don't know if there's a bit of inside edge here.
yeah.
Running through pretty close to the inside edge. Let's go to old treatment available.
TV umpire is Chris Gaffney, and I'm just looking at it with the naked eye, and I can tell you there's an inside edge. I don't think we even need ultra edge for that
Maybe
one.
Inside edge.
Yeah, there you go. Big inside edge, says Chris Gaffney. And that should be enough to uphold the on-field umpire's decision. No need to waste any more tech.
But at least it's not a snicker because it would have shown not out.
Ultra edge.
Oh, they are going to do an ultra edge. There we go, just to make sure. There we go.
Yeah, we've got an
big inside edge.
So we'll get you back on screen. You can start with your original decision of not out.
There
Your
we go.
on-screen signal.
There we go.
The right decision was made.
It was. It was more thorough than it needed to be, but I suppose it's okay to be thorough. Doing okay for time here so far in the USA. Not behind the amount of time that they have for this innings.
I don't know anymore.
Well, it's because they factor in all these little delays and things.
Exactly. 2 drinks breaks, unnecessary.
Netravalkar into Nawaz. Again, a good delivery, full and wide. And Nawaz can just sort of bunt it down the ground to long off for a single. It's been, other than the no ball, it's been a pretty good over this for Netravalkar.
2 drinks breaks at 7 p.m. when there's a nice cool breeze. It's probably
Yeah.
No one's sweating out there, are they?
No, but it's a really pleasant day today. I mean, there was the day games that we did. I mean, they were, you know,
They are hot.
You sort of start sweating just standing still.
I tell you what, whichever team fields first at those 3 p.m. starts here in Colombo, they're going to struggle.
Yeah. And that sun as it dips can be quite prickly. Here's Netravalkar into Shadab again, who's gone after this. He's got a hold of it. Fielder at mid-wicket, can't take the catch. It goes for 6. It was Sanjay Krishnamurthy, the ball sort of following him around the field at the moment. But he was positioned right on the boundary at deep mid-wicket. But Shadab had enough on that hit to clear him. Pakistan's 150 comes up, 155 for 4 after 16.5 overs.
Well, we've got really big boundaries here at this cricket ground, but Pakistan have hit more 6s today than they have 4s. I'm pretty sure they have anyway. Oh, no, they haven't. They've hit 9 6s and 11 4s. Everything I just said, ignore.
But it has felt like that.
It really has.
And part of that is because we haven't seen this kind of intent from Pakistan for a long time.
We also haven't seen this many 6s in any of the games we've done.
That's right.
It felt like there's been loads.
Here's Netravalkar in again. Low full toss. Shadab's gone after it. Deep backward square leg will be in play. Watch the bounce. He does. And gets the throw back in. They'll manage to get back for 2. So it was looking tidy for Netravalkar. 4 balls in, and then the 6 and the 2 at the end just spoiled it a little bit. He's gone for 31 from his 3 so far. 157 for 4 after 17 overs. Saurabh Netravalkar, I feel like, you know, just one of those feel-good stories of that 2024 World Cup. Took a career break from his blue chip company to go and play for the USA team. Good use of annual leave there.
Yeah.
Very good use of annual leave. Take note, Melissa Story. 157 for 4. 3 overs to go. Now, what do you think, Alex? What do they want from 3 overs?
Minimum 10 and over. So a minimum another 30 runs.
187?
187, that would get them. Yeah, they've got to go at 10 and over in the last few. I mean, they've actually slowed down, have Pakistan, but obviously they've lost Babar, Azam and Farhan as well. So losing those 2 wickets just gave the USA that door to open.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
enjoyed that song.
I like Apata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any sort of Korean influence on American pop music.
So does that mean you like K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah, I'm not averse to K-pop Demon Hunters.
I actually love them.
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 of them in the band, though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's huge. Here's Ehsan Adil in for a third over. It's full. Nawaz just chips this ball down towards deep mid-wicket, looking for a second, but they'll settle for the one. Just keeping the fielders under pressure. Shadab on 11 off 4, Nawaz on 4 off 8. And USA fielders just need to keep their composure in these last 3 overs. If they can somehow rein Pakistan in a little bit, keep it sub 175, exert a little bit of pressure with the bat. You never know. There's some good batters in that USA team. The captain himself, Monank Patel, 120 odd runs away from 1,000 in T20 internationals.
Oh, it'd be a good game if you could get those today.
Oh wow, yeah, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Batting at number 3, 120 red. USA win the game, chasing 204.
Well, here's Adil. Shadab just flicks that ball behind him. It's almost like a hockey shot that. Sends the ball to the fine leg boundary for 4. Fine leg was up inside the circle. So very safe, very calculated, very smart and very valuable. 4 more to the score. 162 for 4 off 17.2.
Well, it's got to the stage of the game where Pakistan can absolutely go every single delivery because they've still got Usman Khan to come in as well, Fahim as well. He was brilliant the other day against the Netherlands. After he was dropped, he then went 6-6-4 and really won the game for Pakistan. So this is just a freebie for the 2 batters out in the middle here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ehsan Adil, formerly off Pakistan, into Shadab. Low full toss. Shadab carves it over the infield in the covers. That's going to go to the boundary for 4 as well. Back-to-back boundaries for Shadab Khan. That was a really clever shot. That didn't overhit it. Just picked his spot in the covers. And now the USA bowlers under real pressure. 166 for 4 after 17.3.
Yeah, being hit both sides of the wicket as well. First delivery was a cutter into the pitch, down the leg side. This one, a half volley outside the off stump and beautifully played by Shadab through extra cover. Gotta take pace off here, surely.
Adil into Shadab. It's a short outside the off stump, cut behind square this time. Another boundary. 3 in a row for Shadab Khan, who's on an absolute tear here in Colombo. 170 for 4 now, Pakistan. The huge Pakistani contingent in the crowd are absolutely loving this.
Well, he doesn't take pace on. He goes even faster than the delivery before. 132 kilometres per hour, short, wide, outside the off stump. Shadab says, thank you very much, nom, nom, nom.
Well,
that's him gobbling it, by the way.
It's the kind of form that's forced his way back into this Pakistan side, Shadab. He's playing some really clever cricket. Acutely aware of where the field is and where he wants to send the ball. Adil into Shadab again. This is a slower ball, and Shadab just mistimes a pull shot down towards mid-wicket, but because it's been mistimed, fielder has to come in a longer way to pick it up, and they make it back for 2. So nothing really working out for the USA just right at this moment. 172 for 4 now, Pakistan. Terrific entertainment from the batters. Just looking ahead to that USA innings as well. Andreas Gauss at the top, Shayan Jahangir is not at the best day in the field. Obviously Monank Patel, Milind Kumar, some good batters in that lineup. Played for various franchises in Major League Cricket. Andreas Gauss picked up in the PSL as well. He's been
Islamabad?
Yeah. He'll be playing in that league at the conclusion of this World Cup.
Is he Islamabad again? He was there.
He was last year, yeah. Adil in again. It's a short and just guided slightly upwardly on the bounce to short third by Shadab. Will take a single and keep the strike. 173 for 4 Pakistan with 2 overs to go.
It's a sad day for Multan fans as well.
Yes, yesterday was. I didn't give you my commiserations, Alex.
Multan Sultans are
no more.
No more. They are going to be rebranded to Rawalpindi.
Yeah.
Which means there's going to be 2 teams with it having Rawalpindi as their home ground.
Yes, for now, while they rebuild, while they build the new stadium in Islamabad.
Yeah, and then South Punjab hasn't got a PSL team.
Yeah, nothing in South Punjab anymore. they're going to have to lean on their neighbours in Lahore.
I wonder if they're still going to play games at Multan then.
Yeah, from what I gather, they almost certainly are going to play games at
That's
Multan.
so silly.
Well, the team that just bought this franchise, the Multan franchise, and then rebranded it, the new owners paid record fees as well. So more than the two new franchises, Hyderabad and Sialkot.
$8 million.
Yeah, $8 million US. That's an annual fee.
Yeah, for 10 years.
For 10 years.
He's filthy rich.
It's a big commitment.
I wonder if he's got a son.
When Shahwik back in again, it's full, and Shadab almost yorked. Just pushes the ball back to Shadley. There is no run. But yeah, it's had former champions of the PSL as well, Multan Sultans. I wonder if somebody will resurrect that brand one day. I always wonder about teams that want to rebrand successful brands. I don't understand that at all. Just not representing anybody, just speaking for myself, but I didn't like it when Twitter became X. It just didn't make sense to me, because one of them is the most famous brands in the world. What are we doing? But hey-ho, Multan Sultans will leave behind their legacy. Is when Shaltwick, short and pulled away by Shadab out towards mid-wicket. One bounce, 4. Goodness me, he got a hold of that. It nearly went all the way for 6. Flat shot, pull shot, another boundary for Shadab. He's on to 30 of 11. Pakistan 177 for 4 with 10 balls to go in this innings.
Such a good shot. It's probably gone 5 metres off the floor all the way to the boundary. And like you say, Atif, it nearly went for 6. Such a great shot from Shadab. And there is a deep mid-wicket, but there's absolutely nothing he could have done about it out there, Sanjay.
This one, Shaltwick in again to Shadab, who's gone after this. This one's gone straight up in the air. A chance for a catch. Keeper gets underneath it and makes no mistake. It's Andreas Gauss who takes the catch when Shaltwick has another wicket, his 3rd. And Shadab Khan's very entertaining cameo comes to an end. 30 off 12 is what he scored. And Pakistan now 177 for 5 with 9 balls to come in this innings.
Don't mind that at all from Shadab. Just trying to find the boundary again. We were talking about every ball can potentially go to the boundary here for Pakistan. They're in such a strong position, but this time doesn't quite get hold of the heave into the leg side. Big old top edge goes straight up the chimney chute, and a simple catch for the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, he walks off with a somewhat satisfied expression on his face. Shadab Khan has done exactly what was required of him. Pakistan will be pleased. Now this Usman makes his way out. No, it's not going to be Usman. Oh, of course not. It's going to be Fahim Ashraf, who's going to make his way out to the middle. The hero of the previous game for Pakistan, who saved them against the Netherlands from an almost certain loss at that point. He's got to come out with some license to do some lower order power hitting.
But Usman Khan's thinking, I can hit 6s as well, you know.
It's kind of what he's been picked for as well.
Yeah.
He's been picked to be a lower middle order power hitter. But, well, Fahim gone up the pecking order, and understandably so, coming in at number 7. And he's had a promotion of 1 position. I think he came in at 8 against the Netherlands. When Shaltwick in again to Fahim Ashraf, who smashes this ball straight down the ground. 1 bounce, and an excellent piece of fielding by Milind Kumar at long on. That ball was hit straight. It was destined to go to the boundary, and Milind rocketed around from long off to get into position and prevent that ball going to the boundary. Terrific fielding, great commitment.
Well, he's done well there, who's the captain, because I think he was accidentally too straight when that ball was being bowled. I think he was in the wrong position, and because it was crunched so straight down the ground, he was in the wrong position. He ended up being in the right position, if you know what I mean.
It worked out. Chadley into Nawaz, who's gone after this. He's skied it. It's gone straight up in the air. Chance for short 3rd. Getting underneath it. He's put it down. He's put it down. It's Saurabh Netravalkar, who's having a horrible day. He's having a horrible tournament, really. He was chasing that ball. Never really looked like he was going to get underneath it. Falls over. Just gets up a little bit gingerly as well. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. I think it was more embarrassment than anything else for dropping the catch. It was a off cutter from the bowler, straight up in the air. Should have been taken, but never ever looked like being taken, did it?
No, they just got a single for that. Nawaz. This is wide outside the off stump. This time he does take the catch. Immediate redemption for Saurabh Netravalkar. He puts down a difficult one, and he takes a more straightforward one the next delivery. They don't get Nawaz, but they get Fahim. and arguably that's the more dangerous one. A 4th wicket for Shadliwan Shalwick. He finishes with figures of 4 for 25 from his 4 overs. Figures that don't really look like they should be part of this game the way the rest of his teammates have gone. But he's had a terrific day. 4 for 25, terrific performance. Gets a hug from Andreas Gauss as well on that wicket. Pakistan 179 for 6 with 1 over to go.
Yeah, he had that expensive over as well. But redemption there with the catch being taken. So often when there's a drop catch, the next ball goes for 4. And the one thing you don't want as a fielder is the ball then to come to you again, because you're just, sometimes the adrenaline can go and you get a little bit of the shakes because you're like a little bit nervous in the fact you've just dropped a catch or taken a catch, but all was fine.
Right, now then, Usman does come in. He's going to be at the non-strikers end. Netravalkar is going to bowl this final over of the innings. Just measuring his run up again. Because of 0 for 31 for Saurabh Netravalkar so far. They're not horrific figures, being at 10 and over these days. I wouldn't say that's a horror show, but if you look at his teammate Shadliwan Shalwick, who's gone for 4 for 25, it's a big difference. Ehsan Adil went for 39 from his 3 as well, much more expensive.
He's just dropped a catch and taken a catch all within the space of 2 balls. Now he's got the ball in hand, bowling the final over.
Emotions everywhere. Here's Netravalkar into Nawaz, who's pummeled this ball. It's going out towards mid-wicket. The catch is taken! Saurabh Netravalkar, maybe that catch is going to turn things around for him. Terrific catch in the deep at mid-wicket. Netravalkar has a wicket in this World Cup. That's his first wicket after having conceded 96 runs in this World Cup. But he's picked one up, and he'll be feeling a lot better about that.
Yeah, cross-seam delivery. It's actually in the slot. It's there to be hit, but we were talking about how big these boundaries are, and it was taken in the deep by Shahan. A pretty simple catch, and just Pakistan here have just collapsed a little bit. I know they're in such a strong position that, you know, they're able to swing hard, take advantage of these last couple of overs, but they have just lost 3 in quick succession.
Yeah, that wicket of Shadab, it's just set off a little bit of a chain reaction here for Pakistan, which might not be decisive, as you say, Alex, because they've built a very strong platform up to this point, but they would have liked better execution from the power hitters down below, particularly with these range hitting shots. It is worth noting, 2nd biggest ground in the tournament, so you got to go a little bit bigger with your 6s, particularly square of the wicket here at the SSC. Nawaz had to go. Now then, new batter is Shaheen Shah Afridi. Netravalkar into Afridi, full and fast. Big appeal for LBW from Netravalkar and no one else as the ball trickles into the onside.
Of course he does, bowler.
Oh, now they will get 2. He's going to get 2 because there was a direct hit at the umpire's end, and the bowler's end, I should say, and the ball just drifted off into another direction. And Netravalkar, after those 2 runs, is still asking about the LBW. He's like, shall we review it? The captain says, no.
Well, could you tactically review it to save the runs?
Yeah, it would be worth it, wouldn't it?
You get still
well,
Dan said,
you would still look at it.
That's why I looked at Dan, because he knows.
He knows all sorts of bizarre things.
Yeah, well,
he was telling me about the memories of pigeons earlier today.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why they keep going back to my house?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly why. I tell you what, I'll leave it for Daniel to explain a little bit later.
Hate them.
Netravalkar into Shaheen, full, and he just chips it down the ground on the bounce, a couple of bounces in fact, to Sanjay Krishnamurthy, who gets the throw back in. He'll take a single.
They've ruined my balcony.
Yeah, it's very hard to persuade them not to come back once they
I
like
know,
it.
and then I got rid of their house because I was like, you ain't coming back. So
wow.
Yeah, and now one of them comes back and it like comes on the balcony and looks all confused because it doesn't know where to go. Like, that's where I lived, and now I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the barbecue's gone.
Oh dear.
You will not nest under my barbecue.
Yeah.
So if they want to nest under said barbecue, Pidgeys, you just got to go to Audley Head.
There you
That's
go.
where it is.
182 for 7. 3 balls to come in this innings. Saurabh Netravalkar running into Usman. It's an excellent delivery, just wide of where Usman was standing. They're going to run through for a bye. They're not going to make it. It's going to be a run out. Another wicket here for Pakistan. And it all started with a really good piece of bowling from Netravalkar, aiming for that wide line. Nice full length. Usman got nowhere near it. Shaheen pulled him through for the bye. Usman didn't get anywhere near the non-strikers then. Netravalkar comfortably knocked the bells off. And Pakistan's having a bit of a collapse here, really. They're 8 down now, 182 for 8, still 2 balls to come.
Usman Khan didn't even try and get to the non-strikers then. He just looks at Shaheen Shah Afridi like, why on earth do you want the strike? I'm the batter. I should be facing the balls. And I actually think he's right. Shaheen Shah Afridi just trying to get as many runs on the board as possible. But that's a poor run out.
Yeah, he's not going to be pleased with that, Usman. His position in this side isn't a shoe-in as well, because there's Khwaja Nafe, who's knocking on the door for Pakistan. Another exciting wicketkeeper batter, as is Usman. But between the pair of them, there's not really a sure thing at the moment. They wouldn't like that being run out for naught. Abrar is the new batter. He's at the non-strikers end. Netravalkar into Shaheen, who makes a bit of room and clobbers this ball. It's gone straight up in the air. Another chance for a catch. Milind will watch it go over his head. In fact, he got a few fingertips on it, but he just parried it over the bar for 6. He's right beneath us here at the south end. And that's a valuable 6 for Shaheen Afridi. He's probably looking over at the dugout saying, Usman, that's why I wanted the strike. 188 for 8, 1 ball to come in this innings.
You've taken the words out of my mouth. That's exactly why he wanted the strike. Use his big levers.
Yeah, people enjoying the action here. Lots of happy Pakistani faces here at the SSC. Netravalkar, final ball of the innings. Low full toss. Shaheen's got underneath it and sent it sailing. I don't think it's got the distance, though. It doesn't. It drops short of the fielder at mid-wicket. They'll get back for 2. In fact, they're coming back for 3. This is a suicidal 3rd run. I'm pretty sure they didn't make it back for that 3rd. And Triescaus smashed the stump. They were about a metre in front of him, and he threw the ball full pelt at those stumps. Maybe a little bit of frustration in there. And it will be a run out to end the innings, I'm pretty sure. There'll be 2 runs to Pakistan. Yeah, it is a run out. It's been confirmed. 2+ run out, that last ball. So Pakistan finished their innings on 190 for 9 after 20 overs. They could have got a lot more than that, really, truth be told, at one stage. But I think they'll be pretty happy with a total of almost 10 and over. Some really strong performances. We're hearing from the TV umpire in the background there. I think they're just checking that run out, but I don't think there's any need to. Wait, that's Chris Gaffney's voice you can sort of hear periodically behind me, but I think it's confirmed that they're not required. The on-field umpire happy to give that out.
Sure of his ground ready to make my decision for the big screen.
There we go, Chris Gaffney just confirming.
It was good throw from the keeper, to be fair, because could have missed.
Bang! I mean, I've seen people miss. It's a bit like one of those things when you go to like Brighton or something and you go on the pier. And you know those games you pay like a couple of quid.
Oh yeah.
You knock the thingy over and then you get yourself a nice stuffed toy. So, I've spent so much money
I'm like my family's cheat code to those.
Are you really good at those?
Well, yeah, I did it through for a living.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But
sometimes there's sandbags and stuff.
Yeah, so we always get my brother to do it,
and
he'll throw and he'll miss, and my dad will say, "Oh, she's got 1 throw," and they always say, "She can have 2," and I get it in 1. Knock all the cans over.
Of course, they do that patronising thing. We'll give the girl 2.
Exactly.
And the girl just happens to be a World Cup winner.
Unlucky, give me that fiver.
It's a fun game, and Andreas Gauss will be pretty good at it as well, because he didn't make any mistake there. Pakistan had a bit of a collapse. The top order did fine, really. But then Fahim went for 1, Usman went for 0, Shaheen was not out on 9, and Abrar Ahmed was run out without facing a ball at the end. And the top order had already done the damage. 19 for Saim Ayub off 17. He went early, but Saibzada Farhan, the star of that innings for Pakistan, 73 of 41 deliveries for him. Salman Ali Agha just got the 1 of his 3 deliveries. Babar Azam as well, looking in much better touch, starting slowly and then finding a little bit more fluency. He finished on 46 of 32. Missed out on a half century, but a promising innings. Nonetheless, and one of the hallmarks of this innings, Shadab I should mention, terrific cameo from him, 30 of 12. Really, really good striking for him, and it's been a hallmark of this innings, the striking from Pakistan. In fact, Hypercourse has just alerted us to the fact that this is the first time a side has hit 10 sixes in an innings of any international format at the SSC in Colombo. Now granted, this is only the 5th T20 international that's taken place here at the SSC, but there's been a lot of one-day cricket, and I don't think it's unreasonable to expect more than 10 sixes or more sixes to be hit in a one-dayer than a 120 ball aside game. But anyway, that's very promising from a Pakistani perspective, that they're finding their range and finding their identity a little bit in this T20 format. A word on the bowlers, the standout by far for me, Alex, Shadley Van Schalkwyk, 4 for 25 from his four, superb stuff.
Yeah, he was absolutely outstanding, and here he is.
Thanks for your time, Shadley.
He's talking to Waqar Younis.
8 wickets in 2 games. You must have been enjoying your time here.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, I'm always enjoying my cricket. I love playing cricket, so it's not difficult for me to enjoy it. I think the results of the wickets column is just something that takes care of itself after you look after the process.
At 37, you look really fit and work really hard. I mean, this was a hard pitch to bowl on, was it?
I think so. It looked batter friendly. I think I just had to trust my plans as much as I could. So it did look like a good wicket though, yes.
190, so it's a big total. I mean, do you think you have got in you guys to chase that down?
I do think so, yes. 100%, I do think so. If we get in on a good wicket, I think there's anything can happen, and I'll definitely back our boys.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you very much.
That was Shadley Van Schalkwyk talking to Waqar Younis there, reflecting on another brilliant performance. 4 wickets in the first game against India, and now 4 wickets against Pakistan. And he also said there he really fancies his team to get in on this good pitch and chase this down. This being 191 runs, that's what the USA will require if they're to beat Pakistan again in a T20 World Cup. Remember, in 2024, they did beat Pakistan after a super over in a very exciting match. So we'll wait and see how things unfold here at the SSC in Colombo. In the meantime, England have named their squad for their second match of this World Cup. They face the West Indies in Mumbai on Wednesday. That's a 1:30 p.m. start in England, which you can hear on BBC Sounds. Jamie Overton replaces Luke Wood for that. And ahead of the match in Mumbai, opener and former skipper Jos Buttler spoke to Henry Moran.
Well, first of all, Jos, what was he feeling after the Nepal game from you in the dressing room?
Yeah, relief probably. I think they played a great game of cricket. I don't think we played a bad one, but yeah, it was a great match. The crowd here was unbelievable. They put us under a lot of pressure, but ultimately we found a way to win and get the 2 points, which is the most important thing.
It looked at the end like there was some real hard work mentally with Harry leading the side and able support from you and some other senior players. Take us out there in the middle. What were those conversations?
Yeah, just to get clarity over what we were trying to achieve, what we thought was the best way to limit the runs and win the game. And that's what you need. I think it's a really nice team environment that we've got at the moment. Harry's leading the side beautifully, reads the game really well. He's really clear and concise with his bowlers, especially in the outfield there. So, and yeah, Sam Curran is someone who rises to those moments. He really likes the pressure, I think, and yeah, really clear on what he was going to do to win us the game.
Do you enjoy that sort of, I suppose, leadership role, but one step removed, and being able to offer that advice?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're not the one that has to then go and explain it if it goes wrong, are you? So, yeah, I think obviously I've been captain before, so he's very aware that it's not your show anymore and to step back. But as a wicketkeeper and senior player, you've got a great view to try and help out and assist where you can. And yeah, I think that's the role of senior player.
It's a very different world nowadays when you play a side like Nepal. It feels as though there are some really high quality sides in this tournament, regardless of history and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, as a cricket fan, is a really good thing for the World Cup to see all these nations together and playing and competing. As in T20, naturally you're going to have closer games than the longer formats. But yeah, I think they played really well. I think on day one of the tournament, I think all three, you know, you don't want to say associate sides anymore because I think they've played some great cricket. I thought they all could have won those games. I thought the Netherlands looked like they were going to beat Pakistan. Scotland played really well against West Indies. USA were brilliant here against India. So I think it's been really refreshing to see such great games of cricket from nations that don't always play against each other, and that gives it a real World Cup feel.
Tell me about Brendan and the walkie-talkie. What's going on there? How's that working?
I think he's had it for a while, to be honest. It's been there, so he can just send a few messages down to the guys on the bench. If there's anything he's seeing from up the top to, you know, relay onto the pitch for Harry or for the bowlers. So yeah, just that added layer of communication. It's just a more obvious line of communication because he always has been like that. He's a deep thinker of the game. Baz, obviously, he's been a captain for a long time, so he can share some really good insights, and obviously of coach of the team.
Because sometimes there's the impression, relaxed, feet up on the balcony, but he's presumably not quite like that.
Yeah, that's obviously the image he wants to have, to sort of allow guys to feel less pressure in a game that has a lot of pressures. So that image, I think, is important to him. But yeah, don't mistake that for someone whose mind is relaxed and who's not got his finger on the pulse. He wouldn't be a great player and great captain like he was without having that and being fiercely competitive and in a will to win. So yeah, I think that's the beauty of the sport, right? And so there's stuff that goes on behind closed doors and in the dressing room that you guys aren't party to, and you've got to make a judgment from what you see, but everyone in that dressing room knows the truth.
10 years ago, West Indies England in the T20 World Cup in this country was a very memorable occasion. I mean, it's been a long time since then, but do you still think about that night and that game?
I'm guessing you mean Kolkata as
I was thinking of Kolkata.
Yeah, you do still think of it and what could have been, and say we'd won that tournament. But in a funny way, losing that game, I thought, taught us so many things moving forward for that group of players and that setup into the years after, and obviously going on to win the World Cup in 2019. Arguably, would we have won in 2019 without 2016, that disappointing night in the end in Kolkata? Maybe not. So it was just part of the journey of that side. It was a very young team at that point, and we learned some great stuff along the way there. Obviously, it would have been nice to win that game, because everyone says, "Oh, you only learn when you lose," but you learn when you win as well, like what you did right. So yeah, you think about it every now and again, but it's a long time ago now, thankfully.
That was the softly spoken Joss Butler alongside Henry Moran prior to England's, well, not a must-win game, but certainly a game of some excitement, some interest tomorrow as they take on the West Indies. Probably the strongest team, you'd think, in that group after beating Nepal by 4 runs. A lot of people have been saying, oh, there must be a bit of a, I don't know, like a wake-up call. I've got Atif Nawaz alongside me. I don't know if that's a wake-up call, is it? I mean, they beat Nepal by 4 runs. They didn't lose to them by 4 runs. They're not expected to just roll these teams over, especially sides as good as Nepal.
Absolutely. I mean, Nepal, I think it would be fair to say, probably the best of the associate nations in this World Cup, and they've got some really world-class talent in that side, as we saw in that game. Against
a big T20 domestic tournament of their own, haven't
Absolutely, the Nepal T20, which a lot of people are very keen to be a part of. So world-class players are keen to be a part of. So you can't take them lightly. I think England will actually take confidence. I mean, they had a scare. A scare is not as bad for you as you might think to start a tournament like this, especially if you end up on the right side of it. We saw that with Pakistan as well. They were, they looked like they were headed to certain defeat against the Netherlands, and now they've come in and put a pretty strong batting performance against the USA. I fully expect England to do something similar in their second game. They've encountered that hurdle, now they can jump over it.
For the West Indies, they would love to win that game for so many reasons, but having missed out on T20 tournaments, not the last one because they were a co-host, but the ones that they've missed out on of late and gone out in qualifying rounds and whatnot, having been a powerhouse of T20 cricket, they would absolutely love to win that game, and that would not quite book their passage through to the Super 8s, but it would nearly get them there. Atif, if you're hovering, you need to leave, don't you?
Yes, I'm going to make way for Alex Hartley. But what I will say is, if the West Indies do find their range, they are amongst the best power hitters in world cricket. So, yes, they don't rotate the strike very much, but if you can put a total of 220, 230 on the board, which they might do at that kind of pitch, at that kind of surface, that kind of ground, it's not a straightforward game for England, but I'd still call them favourites.
Yeah, busyness is not the West Indies' business. They prefer to stand and deliver, and they often do deliver. They've got power hitting all the way down. You've got like some Akil Hussain down at like number 10. It's kind of crazy. They've got 6 hitters all the way. For England, it'll be a big test, an important test. And it's one of 3 games that we have every day of the tournament for the first 13 days. And then the 40th game is a standalone day. And then we move from that into the Super 8s. Top 2 teams in the 4 groups going through to that. They're seeded already, so the teams, if they go through, know where they will be playing. England, for example, know that where they qualify, regardless of whether they come first or second. they will head to Sri Lanka and be part of the Pakistan group. So we're hoping that, from a purely selfish point of view, they do that. We get to see them down here. Alex Hartley is now alongside me, and sorry, yes, I had I had some Sprite. That's the only reason my voice keeps going up and down. It's passing. Yeah. 191 is the target, and our producer Jack, small boss as you described him, he dug out the highest T20 World Cup score for a side that's been bowled out. And it was Australia bowled out for 191 in exactly 20 overs, and Pakistan 190 for 9. Similar kind of thing.
Similar, but not quite the same.
They're not quite there. It's just not a record, and that's why he's the small boss.
Adam Mount would never.
Right, Shahid Sharafrini in, left arm over. Oh, inside edge and gone. Surely. Well, umpire says no. I'm sure I heard something. Or did he flick the top of the stump?
Thigh
Thigh pad.
I think thigh pad.
It's a woody sounding thigh pad he's got on.
Andres Hus is signalling naughtily.
He shouldn't.
Naughtily, might I add, unless he was giving it a rub.
No, what he should do in that situation is if it has hit his thigh pad, he should do what Josh Butler does every time, which is look really guilty. Yeah. So they burn a review, which is much, much naughtier, in my view. Let's take a look at this. Oh, it's actually pad, I think, not even thigh pad.
Pad flap.
So, yeah, pad flap. Well, initially, I thought he'd got a little inside edge on that, but it's kind of been two, basically. It's come back into the right-handed Andres Hus and gone through to the keeper, who excitedly took the ball, but it's not out. In comes Shahid Sharafrini again. This squirts off the inside half. Hus is back straight to short mid-wicket, and there is no run. Ahmed Nawaz doing the fielding there. So, is this a realistic target for the USA? Johnny Barron thinks so. Johnny Barron, who's the master of all of these facts, has got information for me that will give USA fans a big fillip. And let me tell you what it is. The USA got 200 plus in both warm-ups, chasing India A and then NZ. As Shahid Shah is in again, driven gorgeously for 4. Too full, perhaps, but no foot movement, just places bat on ball and spears it between point and extra cover out to the boundary for 4. It's a lovely shot.
It was a lovely shot. He's a good player though, isn't he? I would say he's just been picked up in the PSL, plays the franchise circuit, but it was there to be driven through the covers from Shahid Shah.
Resident Evil போட போறேன் வந்துருங்க லீவா தூங்கிடுவீங்களோ சீக்கிரம் சாப்பிட்டு வந்தோன்னா ரெசிடென்ட் எவில் போட போகிறோம் ஹாரர் கேம் நீங்கள் போட சொன்னீங்களா அவர் யூடியூப் நீங்கள் யாரோ சொன்னீங்க நேற்று போட்டேன் நேற்று யாரும் வரல
and stabs the ball, comes back into him, back to the bowler, and there is no runs. Just to finish off on that point. Unlucky not to beat New Zealand. He's lost by 7 runs.
Sapped on the board.
So,
Johnny, can you be unlucky losing a game? Or that's my question. Obviously a great game of cricket, by the way.
I think New Zealand might feel unlucky in the 2019 World Cup final.
Poor the ball.
Alex School.
Sorry, Kiwi listeners.
Them's the rules.
Yes. Shahid Sharafrini in, and this gets inside, works into the offside off a bit.
சாப்பாடு ரெடியாக இருந்தால் டக்குன்னு கூட வந்துடும் முடிக்காமல் இருந்தீங்கன்னா லேட் ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா தூங்கிடுங்க நாளைக்கு ஸ்கூலுக்கு வர போகணும்.
Yeah, I think that was, you can see a bit of unluck there. You know, ball rebounding off Ben Stokes' bat.
யூஎஸ்ஏ பிளேயருக்கு யாருக்குமே ஸ்டில் இல்லை பேட்டில் பட்டால் போகவே மாட்டேங்குது.
Take the 6.
Yeah, there was an awful lot that happened in that game. I mean, I think they had more bad luck in about 10 or 15 minutes than entire cricketing nations have had in their whole existence.
Friday night horror game போடு bro.
This is flicked through mid wicket.
நீங்க நேத்து போறேன் கேம் ஃபுல்லா முடிக்க தான் போறோம். ஃப்ரைடே நைட்டுக்குள்ள இருப்பனா நான் தெரியல ப்ரோ. நான் சென்னை போணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் பிரேக் தான், அதுக்கப்புறம் லைவ் வர மாட்டேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Yeah, not a good ball from Shahid Shah to get out of his over. Full bunger, just looking to bowl the ball full and straight. Well, it was too full, and it was clipped into the leg side for 4.
No first ball. They're not always the easiest balls to get. It wasn't a high full toss, but it was a higher full toss. It was sort of shinny knee height. So you've got to be alert to it.
Well, they're up with the rate.
They are up with the rate. Now, Saim Ayub, here we go. Saim Ayub, who didn't bowl in the power play, only bowled 1 over.
17th.
Yeah, and he took 2 for. He's the leading T20 international all-rounder in the world. And his super skill had been bowling in the power play. And he didn't bowl in the power play against Ireland at all. He didn't bowl the 17th over, picked up 2 wickets, and now he's back to a more familiar role.
Friday night okay bro, podu. Innaiku enna kilama? Innaiku sevvakilam thana.
Around about 7. It's not a bad gig when he gets open the batting and over the bowling, is it?
Yeah, it's alright that, isn't it?
அது வரைக்கும் அந்த கேம் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பெரிய கேம் தான்.
Yeah, and like if you're average, you just feel a fine leg and not bowl.
That sort of thing. Here is Saim Ayub's first ball. It's a gentle off spinner outside the off stump, dabbed into the offside by Hus, and got a single. USA into double figures. This target, it's a relatively imposing one on this ground. It's big old ground. That said, Pakistan managed to hit 15 fours and 10 sixes. It's 120 runs in boundaries, which is pretty impressive.
அந்த விக்கெட் முடிஞ்சோன்னா
முடிச்சிட்டு
சாப்பிட்டு வர இன்னொரு லைஃப் ஃப்ரெஷ் பிரசிடென்ட் வில் கூட பவரே இல்லை சுத்தமாக பாகிஸ்தான் ஆர் யூஎஸ்ஏ பாகிஸ்தான் தான் ப்ரோ ஜெயிப்பாங்க யூஎஸ்ஏ ரன் 191 வாய்ப்பே இல்லை
Oh, no one wants to finish 4th in an Olympics.
Okay bro, bye bro. சாப்பிட போறேன். சாப்பிட்டு டைம் இல்லைன்னா வாங்க.
But a good stop. It's extra cover. Well, I say extra cover. There's so many covers in there.
Bore அடிக்குது கிரிக்கெட்.
Quite a straight cover.
சாப்பிட்டுட்டு நேற்று செம்மையாக இருந்துச்சு கேம்.
I've seen Phil, especially at the early part of T20.
இன்னைக்கு போடுவோம் ஒரு ரெண்டு.
The Pakistanis against England women in Derby.
Bye bro, bye.
Covers, I couldn't call them anything anymore. Do you remember?
Bye bro.
About 6 covers. Oh, this has gone many a mile. It's gone for 6. It's short, dragged down from Saim Ayub. Shayan Jahangir has gone deep into his crease and deposited it over mid-wicket, not quite into the crowd. But he picks up the USA's first 6, the 11th 6 of the evening.